what up? Welcome to Rocky's House Podcast. Get comfortable. Get real comfortable. Personally, I'm comfortable with my damn self. It's been a long day and we got a lot of shit to cover. A lot of content, a lot of shit happening in pop culture. And I figured, not even just today, just 2017 alone, we halfway through the year, right? I feel like we throw 2017 away, and start all over again for next year. But that's another conversation. To start things off, my name is Rocky. Musical background, nightlife, nightlife background. We all born and raised in Jersey. I spent a couple of years in New York or whatever. So, the finesse game is on 100. But that's another conversation. And it just made sense to kind of, get the radio involved, get the TV, the film involved, for what we all came to, what we all do as a collective. Oh, yeah. And definitely, I definitely want to make some noise for Cap City first and foremost. Like, we came a long. Me and we got DJ El Omega on the left side of me. We came a very long way. Man, history is like, just go back from, I want to say, not even just high school. I would say I say start from like 08.
Yeah, like when we got this thing started with this Cap City thing, man, like, it was just off of an idea. I was always in the music. This is my boy. My best friend. Yo, let's get into this and all that. So, but to see now us doing the podcast, doing shows, we rocking with talented DJs. We got them here. Shout out to Ahmad and Say What, and just to have this kind of opportunity to do that from nothing is pretty cool, man. And how we linked up, man. It was on some humble shit, man. We were just, hey, man, let's do this, man. Mm-hmm. How we gonna do it? I don't know. I don't know how we gonna do this.
And that's the interesting part. Sometimes it's like it starts from an idea, but it's like you never know.
Yeah.
At first, it's like that's how that shit starts out. It's literally like how you said, how are we gonna put this together? Yeah. You never know. All you know is that you want it. You want the end result. Yeah. And sometimes you don't even know what the end result is.
True.
It's like you just put the work in, and next thing you know, you know what I mean. Next thing you know, like, this is where we are. It was literally, and that's how the podcast started. Yeah. It was, I got a text from Il Omega one day, and it was like, "Yo, you trying to do a podcast?" I'm like, hell yeah. I could run my mouth for days. Like, we got some shit to talk about. So we could, let's put that together. We didn't know how. Yeah. Of course, obviously.
I mean, no, I'm lying though. I did a podcast before. Shout out to DKFG and Ray Strife.
You got the experience.
So like, we did it like guerrilla style though. Like, we had like our little. Well, I had my interface hooked up with the mic and everything. Didn't know what we was doing, but it turned out we got 2 episodes and everything. Shout out to Joshua Adair and ourselves, Mankind Complex. He came through for the 2nd episode, but then we stopped doing it due to schedules and all that. But I still wanted to keep doing it, having that as a learning lesson. So that's when I was like, when you came back from NY, I was like, yo, let's just do a podcast, man. Let's rock out. We talk about hip hop and culture so much, we could run it for days. Why don't we just do it and showcase, with everybody? So,
and definitely speaking of hip hop, we got the conversations and the arguments about hip hop alone that could last for days. Oh God. Definitely a lot of ground to cover tonight as well. But I definitely want to introduce the rest of the hosts, and it should be really interesting. Like, really, really interesting. These two have a lot to bring to the table. We got my homeboy Adam. We went to school together. Me, him, and Il Omega. We all went to school together. Mm-hmm. And he has his own breath of fresh air, if you will, to bring to the table. You could catch him in a few comedy clubs doing his thing. And we got my homeboy Alien.
Yeah.
All on the left side, and he
greetings.
And the extraterrestrial MC, extraterrestrial lyricist. How he got
yeah,
it. So. Definitely, man, and just the diversity is just the diversity. It made sense. It was like, you know what? Let's all come together. We have similarities and differences to contribute to the situation, and I did mention we have conversations about hip hop for days. The biggest trending topic in hip hop recently had to have been Jay-Z's album 444.
Hell yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And
hell yeah.
Just that album alone, it really it's so much to talk. It's so much to talk about album wise, but I want to make sure I condense it like on my behalf.
Yeah.
On my end. It's literally classic and contemporary at the same time, and the message is so important for black, the black community, the black wealth and black success, and family, and it's really family oriented.
This album was the album I've been wanting from Jay-Z.
And you can see the growth, even from Magna Carta to 444. You can tell
he went through a couple things. I think it was like this was kind of like his. Finally, he was opening himself up. Before
to be as transparent as possible. Like,
exactly.
This is who I am now. This is, I'm a grown ass man. I'm an adult. It's very important to take care of home, establish credit. And he still managed to talk that.
We got shout out No ID for the production though, man.
Oh yeah, definitely.
No ID, man, killed that joint.
Definitely,
man. He killed that shit. Now,
and as far as the executive production, he definitely went back in with the day ones to execute a really solid album.
Yeah.
In my opinion,
I think you made a good point when you said contemporary and.
Because when you
what was the word you used? You used contemporary and classic, yeah.
Because it's literally like if we were to take Reasonable Doubt if we were to put Reasonable Doubt into today's time, if we were to put it in 2017 and add the growth of Jay-Z and a little bit of Magna Carta. It was when Magna Carta came out, you could already see the growth.
Mm-hmm.
But then I feel like when 444 came out, it was like, all right, this is who I am.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm still Jay-Z. I'm still the best in the game. And none of y'all can fuck with me. I'm still talking about shit.
My thing is like I think when Jay-Z gets inspired by something, he drops his best shit. Like American Gangster, I think that's one of his best projects too. He was inspired by the American Gangster movie. That's one of my mom's
favorite Jay-Z albums.
Seeing that inspired him to go to the studio.
Mm-hmm.
All the shit that was going on with the Beyonce thing, and I guess that started to affect him. He said he woke up at 4:44 in the morning and wrote the track. So that inspired him to bring something out. So I feel like when he's inspired by something, the Black Album, he's about to retire. He wants to go out and bang. But you know what I mean. He don't write shit. But I feel like every time he's inspired by something, he drops some of his best shit to me. And 444 was definitely something that was needed for right now to where he's at in his life right now.
You got a bold statement saying he's the best in the game, but.
That was more so like from a Jay-Z's perspective. This is my formula for the project. This is how this is my formula. This is how I'm coming, pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
True.
I think he was just like you were saying, using that number one. When you're in there
starting that controversy.
I don't think it was going there.
The thing is, that's the thing. Nobody can. Content-wise, nobody can talk money like Jay-Z.
But yeah, I mean,
the only other one that I believe off the top of my head is Rick Ross. That could really talk that money, that braggadocious.
Well,
that could really talk that shit like Jay-Z.
That recent album that he just dropped, man.
Rather
You Than Me, that shit is crazy.
Yo,
that shit is crazy.
Oh my God, It was so like things like albums like that are so necessary. It makes you really wonder, like, you know what, lyricism definitely has a place in the game. Still, you know, after all this time.
I won't even say that because like Rick Ross is not really a lyrical rapper. He knows how to an executive produce an album. Like he knows when from the beginning to the end how it's supposed to sound. I've noticed this formula with all his albums. Like he'll start off real deep, then in the middle he have some trap joints, and then in the middle he'll drop off into like more of like a deeper thing to close the album for the concept of the album. Because I can see it. Like he can pick good beats for his albums.
Definitely,
the lyrical content definitely fits the type, like the sound of the beat, and the whole project in the whole was good. You know,
I think he was actually Now this is hearsay. I'm not. Don't quote me on this. I think he's either executive producing Nas's album.
No shit.
Or vice versa. Some shit like that.
Really?
Well, you gotta heard that. But you gotta understand.
That'd be surprising.
But you gotta understand though, like Rick Ross is up in age as well. So it's like just the origin, you know what I'm saying? Like just the origin of some of these artists, that especially the southern artists, the origin still comes from, that grassroots, hip hop of where it began.
Yeah.
And not even just where it began, like the influences, you can tell the influences. Like I think I just found out from you actually that one of Future's influences is like he came up under the Dungeon family. I didn't know that.
Future is cousins with oh my god, I forget his name, but he's with the Organized Noise crew that produced for Outkast. So Future comes from Outkast. Yeah. If it wasn't for Outkast, Future would not be here. So I mean,
that's the thing. Atlanta, and that's the thing as far as Atlanta. Most artists in Atlanta, they do pay homage. Not even just Atlanta, but just the South in general.
Yeah.
We all know the original influences. We all know but even their influences, the people that influence them are up here, Jersey and New York and shit like that. So they actually, they look up to Scarface and T.I. and Scarface, T.I., Outkast, 8 Ball, MJG,
Beasts,
3-6 Mafia,
Beasts.
You know what I mean? So. And you know what I mean? UGK. Oh man, I fucking love UGK.
Now, when it comes to that, since they talk about influences, what's everybody's influence with hip hop?
It's hip hop shit.
So like, I'll start with Politis.
Like what started it?
Yeah.
Pretty much going to see Ray Strice shows. That's it. And it was. So you
didn't really have you weren't really into it.
I'm a white kid from Hamilton. I didn't have that shit.
I mean, but you your parents y'all didn't have the box where you could you could dial in and you know what I mean.
So my dad's a Greek immigrant. Like he's not into the music from here. My mom, whatever music, I don't know.
If it ain't Greek, it's weak.
Yeah, so
it's all Greek to me, baby. It's all Greek to me.
So the biggest thing for me would be Eminem when I was really young. How old? Like 10, 11 years old. And I was like, oh, this is cool. But to me, it's but it's not. But it's not. He's not that. In my opinion, he's not that good. He just talks trash all the time. I don't like it. Talking about his drug problems. He keeps crying over everything, almost like Atmosphere too.
Now we're offending people.
Okay. I ain't talking shit.
He's good.
I'm not gonna diss him, but go ahead.
He's good, but it's for me we were talking about before. When we were talking about yesterday and the day before, for me it's more about the message. A lot of his stuff is jokes. I'm not about that shit. But going back to the original thing, I started to see Crack Filler with Ray, and there was a handful of other people that were rapping at his shows. I don't remember who they were, honestly. Sorry for whoever's listening to this, but Then I started getting into Nas. Started getting into
Walgreens.
Yeah, right. Then I started getting into Tech Nine, Jedi Mind Tricks, Immortal Technique.
Okay.
Those are the major people. So for me,
clown my shit after that.
Yeah. So like, so more of that.
Uzi Vert, Playboy Cardi.
But for most of that, the message, I was already introduced to the, like, people who had like a message, like Dead Prez, you know, people who had a lot of messages. So when I used to hear stuff like Lil Wayne and everybody, like, I say, what the fuck is this shit? I don't like any of this stuff. It's all wordy shit. Like I don't like that. I don't like that shit. You know,
mumble rap shit nowadays.
Yeah, it's fun to listen to if you're with a bunch of people and you're just having a good time. But
I mean, my thing is, before you go ahead, like have some balance in the game, have some variety, man. I mean, not saying there's nothing wrong to have Playboy Cardi and Lil Uzi Vert.
Yeah,
I'm just saying,
right?
Man,
different forms
what
of
happened
the art,
with West Side Gun,
to say the least.
Like, what happened with them? Like, what happened with Jordan Lucas?
And we were actually just arguing about this shit like nice last week.
You know?
And that's the agreement we came to that agreement. It was like, you know what, like I understand there's no variety in the game, but at the same time we're not being, 2017, we're not being force fed any of this.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
There's a lot more
of those things where it's like,
well, there's a lot more media outlets now.
Yeah,
you have the opportunity to hear and collect information from like everybody else and see what you're listening to. Before, you didn't have shit. You couldn't even pay attention to it.
And the thing is like, that's the agreement we finally came to after, I was pretty much saying, there's a lot of new shit that's out here. I like some of it. I don't really care for all of it like that. Now the thing is, just personally, as I mentioned, I think we were talking yesterday. If I don't like something, I don't listen to it.
Yeah, you have that option.
I don't give a damn.
Yeah,
because even in the car, 9 out of 10 of the radio stations, they all play the same shit anyway.
It's garbage.
And then, but it's like, you know what? I've been, we have the ability to hook our phones up to the car, and so it's like, all right, let me go on iTunes real quick, and listen to what I want. So I never had an issue with, you know what I mean?
So you still have to make a move to do that, though, and so many people, it's easy to get trapped in the whole whatever's on the mainstream, so to speak. I mean, I definitely relate to Adam with the music that it resonates with you. It's how I get it, like, for some reason it resonated, and hip-hop delivering a message was resonating, and I can relate to that because I always say one of my favorite teachers is KRS-One, like, and different artists that I heard growing up.
The philosopher.
Things that I didn't learn in school or from my immediate surroundings at the time, and then from there, I would learn more and learn through friends and family.
He's been talking that talk for forever.
Yeah, and I think that, not necessarily want to say, it's better, that shit's dumb, the stuff that's on the meter, that's whack. There's young cats that are lyrical, they're talking about stuff, they're talking about their experience, whether it's selling drugs or whether it's going to school, whether it's learning how to build a house, they're talking about things, but it's there's different lanes, and I see what you're saying about the variety on the radio. Like, let's have some storytelling again. Let's have some day-to-day life music along with the club stuff.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
the storytelling is,
because we had that too.
So necessary.
Old schoolers, old
heads.
heads.
You can have your
we had two live crew,
and you can have Jordan Lucas.
Well, see, saying that I didn't like Eminem and like Atmosphere because they cry. I'm just messing around. I don't hate them at all by any means, but
it's preference. It's what you.
But you know what? Some people that are new, sometimes they're just chasing them. They're probably just as intelligent and have a message behind their stuff, but the money's nice. No. Some of these guys who are in the underground aren't making the money that people are,
like this,
Got the squeaky chair, my bad, guy.
W40.
We're good.
Yeah. So you need a variety. Now, I agree with you. It's just sometimes chasing the money is more important to some people. And not you. You gotta eat.
Other than the craft, which a lot of people are, and the culture of and the sound of hip hop. you know, we try to keep that there. You know, I mean, I understand everybody's like, oh, he's hustling, he's doing what he needs to do. I'm like, yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
But just
that was me.
Shit.
Like that was me a couple weeks ago when we were talking about Lil Yachty, and you know, I got you know just personal opinion. I don't necessarily. There's a lot of new artists I rock with. I don't necessarily care for Lil Yachty, but I do, you know, I do appreciate the positivity and the. I love the energy, the positive.
Yeah.
As I said, if this gets
you know,
Lil Yachty, man,
you know, the not really.
I respect your hustle,
care
but
attitude towards the
I respect the hustle.
Like, I like
Omega's not. That's
because,
the Omega
but the
of,
thing,
I just
the
think fuck with your
conversation.
music, bro.
but the thing about it is like the positivity. You know, the positivity wins. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people hate. A lot of people don't really care for DJ Khaled, and I'm like. I love the positivity.
Yeah, I can take that.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
I don't hate
I love the positivity. I love the energy because that's the type of shit I'm on you know, as of right now.
Yeah.
It hasn't always been like that for me, so
it changed.
that's something that resonates with me personally.
I have my son's mom. She was like, "What does DJ Khaled do though? All he does is say." DJ Khaled.
That's all you need. That's all you need.
Not necessarily true.
That's all you need.
What does he do?
He's a curator and an executive producer. Like he puts together. He connects. He's actually like in the studio. Just like you know how Diddy is, how you know Rick Ross is on certain people's on you know other people's projects other than his own. Slow from Slow Bucks. You know, they're in the studio with the producers and they're, you know, and they're listening, they're the ear. Yeah. So it's essentially, it's pretty much, you know, to answer her question, you could have said some shit like, oh, well, DJ Khaled does what I do now.
Yeah, true.
You know what I'm saying? You're in the studio, you're making beats and you connect the talent with the, you know what I mean? You pretty much put the pieces together to create, you know, a masterpiece in a sense.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I mean, I respect what he does, man. You know, he has definitely a hustle, man. And, you know, he's definitely got a couple hits under him and everything. So I respect his hustle. You know, this new album is, I haven't really did a full listen to it, but this album is okay.
Yeah, I haven't got a full listen to it.
It's more of a party album.
I like
Major Key.
Yeah.
Like Major Key was more of like a lyrical album.
Yeah.
Then this one is more like, all right, we're just gonna take him to the club.
Party, right? Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna take him to the club a little bit. But
I like that.
Wow. Shit everywhere, yo.
I fucking love that song, yo.
Like people are gonna vibe to different stuff too, time and a place.
And you're
party mode or their study mode or chill mode.
Yeah.
And so like, but hip hop as a vehicle to deliver all those things, I think is still one of the. And recently in the news is the biggest genre now in the country.
Yeah, true.
That was
it's just
top
rock.
Yeah,
just top rock.
So whatever you know, it's a vehicle for entertainment, for education, for like other genres, but now much more prominent.
And the perception, your perception warps from time to time. Like you're gonna like something at like when I was younger, I definitely liked different stuff than I do now. Just like everybody here, you know. So.
And it's funny because I remember a couple of times. What was it? Bad and Bougie.
Yeah.
Like we was at his birthday party, and that shit came on. I'm like, oh shit, this shit is hard. He was like, what? You? I was like, bro.
I never would have expected it because I never would have expected it because like even though we're the exact same age, we're you know what I mean. The differences were the complete opposite.
It's funny, man. When I was coming up, man, I was like liking old shit. Like I listened to Wu-Tang Clan.
He was a Wu-Tang. Yeah, he was a Wu-Tang fan. I was a Dipset fan.
Dipset fan. I used to listen to Wu-Tang all the time, like every single album.
Okay.
I'm like, yo, Jizza, Inspector Deck is the shit, bro.
And I'm like, but you heard that new Jewels though?
Nah, fuck all that. Yo, listen to this shit though. Listen to what Meth said on this verse, man. I'm like, yo.
And I was so set in my ways musically, and what I listened to. It was literally, who was it? Ghostface, Method Man, and like one other person from Wu that I was. Ghostface, Method Man, and ODB. from Wu-Tang. Everybody, I thought everybody else was trash. That was just my opinion.
Crazy, man. That only built for Cuban Link shit, man. Oh my fucking goodness.
And he was like, yo, what you listen to and what you rap about, like, I'm thinking you was gonna like that Cuban Links, man.
That's what I'm saying. Like, he raps, like I hear some of his shit and it sounds like some old Raekwon shit, or
like every time I listen to a Raekwon verse, it's always some form of pasta in his verse, like all the time. Like, it's fettuccine, hardcore killers in Linguini.
Ghostface does that shit, man. He always be talking about food in his
Yo, him too. I can't go to sleep.
Right. Make that cheesesteak too late.
No, wait. Going back to as far as I believe what Adam said, and I think you was on your way to talking about it too. Like the art, I mean the thin line between doing it for the love, for the culture, and for the money, and I definitely, it's definitely a good time to bring our guests on, because these two are DJs and they can definitely shed light on their own personal experiences and conquests and ups and downs. Just based on being a DJ, and as far as what they want to play versus what they don't, what they what I mean, and picking the right venues, not the right venues, picking the right gigs, turning down gigs and everything like that.
Man, like I'm still learning from these dudes, man. I know they hate me all the time, those little bastards, but I love these dudes, man. They put me under the wing. I feel like they put me on the wing. They always like, nah, man. But regardless of that, man, I
we got
enjoy
some legends
chilling with these dudes. Yeah,
we got some legends in the building.
Learn a lot.
Man. Like definitely, legendary. We got DJ Say What and DJ Ahmad in the building. And they've been doing this for quite some time, so it's always good to get expertise and insight and input from the professionals. So we definitely want to welcome first. Let's get DJ Say What. Get comfortable. Get comfortable.
There he is.
Get comfortable.
Say what?
Papa Squad right next to me.
Sit next to Adam.
Let's do it.
Right,
Give the air horn.
Sit next to Adam.
How you doing?
I told him I gotta get comfortable. I gotta lean
How you
in.
doing? Lean in. Get comfy.
And just now, just a brief. Well, before I let him rock, just a brief backstory. You know how we do. Me and Ill Omega, we've been doing what we do for quite some time as well. We've been consistent in this game since 08, whether it's been...
You're getting old too?
Absolutely. Whether it's been hip-hop or, DJing, nightlife, we've been doing this for a minute. We don't rock with everybody like that. So,
Well, we learned.
Yeah.
Shit, learning with people and then just cutting people off where they're not really good.
Oh yeah, we done
For you to move forward. We've been through a lot of shit.
A lot.
Yeah.
And the thing is, industry wise, we don't rock with a lot of people, especially in especially locally, and that's not really no shade whatsoever, but it is what it is because we feel like we're in a certain lane, and a lot of people aren't really on that same, when they're not in that same lane, they're not in that same wavelength. They don't operate the same way. So to call people our DJ friends or industry friends or whatever, that means a hell of a lot. So, I definitely wanted to shed some light on that. So, if we say we fuck with somebody, we honestly, genuinely do. And it's so. Even though you guys are legends, we still went through our own BS as well. So, to get a cosign from you two, we had to give one back as well. You know what I'm saying? So,
She's looking to be humble.
Exactly. Here we go with this again.
What do you mean? I mean, what?
How this thing starts?
But the thing is, like, you pulled
straight
up
honesty.
But the thing is, you pulled up to some of our events too.
It's just straight honesty because that's
like
what you got to go through.
Like off the
you
show.
got to go through that. I mean, it's something you learn. You know, you got to learn it early. I'd rather, somebody be honest about how they want to deal with somebody than just say, oh, I just deal with you because of, you're known, or this person knows you, that person knows you, but I don't trust you, but I'm going to mess with you because that person knows you, or you hang with that dude, or you hang with that dude, so I guess hang with you.
There's a lot of that going on right now.
Help you out. Sometimes you just can't deal with some people because some people are unprofessional, some people don't know what they're doing, some people are shady, some people are just downright shady and don't do the right thing. Some people don't keep their word. And for you to say all that, to say that you mess with me because of that, that's cool. I don't look at it as, you've been doing it this long, whatever. I'm doing it like y'all doing it. And hopefully, we do it together and we can do something fun.
You mentioned that a couple of times.
Now,
even still, like
regarding,
but I understand it though.
Now, regarding I just want to ask, how did you start? Well, how did you get into music before you even like DJ? Like, when it was the first record that made you want I want to participate or do something with rap music or something?
What was Young Say What? Listen,
what was Young Say What?
It's a little Say What.
It might be a little different from what we.
Let's see. Jeez. Now, see, you gotta understand. See, this is where the age difference comes in.
We don't want to know.
Listen, first of all, I'm older than all y'all.
Yeah, but that's
good enough.
That's why we here, man. That's why we here.
This is a timeless podcast.
I'm literally older than everybody in the room.
You're like you're the guru. You're the guru right now.
I grew up. I'm the dude that grew up in a house where I listened to groups like Bloodstone, The Whispers. My mom loved old doo-wop music and grew up on Diana Ross and the Supremes, the old Motown sound. That's what I grew up listening to. That's what I grew up because my mom loved that stuff. Yeah. Like the old school like WDAS, classic DAS sounds on Sundays with butter. Listening to the old school stuff like Smokey Robinson and all that all day long. After we went to church, mom would have that on all day, cleaning the house, cooking meals, whatever. That's what I grew up on. Like my mom's favorite group is the Whispers. I know every Whispers song front to back. My mom like the one dude in the Whispers looked just like my dad. Yeah. And that's every now and then my mom used to joke, "That's my dad." Like and one of the best birthday gifts I ever gave my mom was tickets to go see the Whispers in Atlantic City.
Oh shit!
And she loved that, and I love being able to get that for her because that's her favorite group. And the funny thing about that concert she went to, after the show, she was getting on the elevator in the hotel, and she met them in the elevator.
Shit!
Wow. Damn, that's crazy.
It was nuts. It was nuts. They gave her the autograph poster and the whole night, which she still has to this day, which is nuts. So, but that's what I grew up listening to, like the old school stuff. So when hip hop came, like I grew up in the advent of hip hop, like in the birth of hip hop, like getting the tapes. Like getting somebody to bring the tapes from New York and getting the mixtapes, the Schoolie D mixtapes and the Busy B tapes and getting the Cool Herc tapes and getting the Grandmaster Flash tapes and you had to get somebody to record it from somebody to record it from somebody to record it. And then when this is something right we talked about, Omega. You made an Alien when we sat at your house that one day, and we talked about the Stretch and Bobbito show. I remember listening to Stretch and Bobbito live.
They got a podcast coming out too now.
Right, because of the documentary they put out. Yeah, they're getting it's a revival coming out because of their show. Their show launched the careers of a lot of guys. Yeah, we're talking about the Wu-Tang Clan. Meth, ODB, and Jizza. and RZA going up to Stretch and Bobbito, freestyling. Busta Rhymes going up there and freestyling. Yeah. Biggie going up there and freestyling. Yeah. Jay-Z and Big L freestyling together on the Stretch and Bobbito show.
Shorts I've ever heard. Yo.
Oh, that Big L and
Jay-Z.
It's some of the illest freestyles. Some of the illest freestyles that'll never, if you don't have a recording of the show, you'll never hear them again. Because they're classic. But see, Stretch and Bobbito's show was the epitome of straight hip hop. From the street, that's street level stuff. And then this, like I said, I grew up in the era of if you didn't record it from the radio, you really couldn't get it. Couldn't get it. You know, from Philly they had Lady B. Lady B was the one who got you all the new hip hop from Philly. In New York, it was the Chuck Chill Out show. It was, you know, I remember when Funk Flex first started before he started dropping bombs on everything.
This is the new shit.
It was just
talk to me, New York.
This is the new shit.
Right before that happened, it was just Funk Flex was just a DJ. He was just like an everyday
like DJ Clue at the time.
Right,
was what, 90s?
He had to get the Clue tape and see when I started going. When I started
that was
radio,
even before the Clue tapes.
Right, I'm talking about Kid Capri.
I don't feel as old now
because
he's pretty. Yeah,
right. I'm going back to Kid Capri, who really innovated the whole blend style and putting out a tape almost every other week. And people need to give Kid Capri his credit. And it's a lot of other DJs that don't get the credit they deserve.
Yeah.
Because maybe some of them got a little more famous than some others. But that's the era I grew up in, where you had to get the tape to get the new stuff. And then what made it even more prevalent for me was, as growing up in that era, it was me then growing up, maturing and getting into college, going down south to college. And I grew up in the era where the South got stuff late. So my advantage was I was from New Jersey. So I would come home.
Had all the exclusives.
I would come home, go to Ace Records.
Yeah.
Damn.
I had a relationship with Scoop to where when he found out I started working at the radio station in college, he was like, okay, I'll get stuff for you. I'll have it set for you. So when the new stuff comes out, I have it set aside for you. So when you come home, you can get it, pay me. Yep. And take it back. So every time I came home, I would have to stop by Ace to see Scoop.
Yeah, we'd have the DJ Juice tapes there.
Have all my Clue tapes, have all my Ron G tapes, have all the new records, new singles out, everything. And then take it back down south. It was like, between me and the cats that I was DJing with from Philly, we were killing them. Because we would have all the exclusive, real new stuff. Like when I went to school in '89. By the time I hit campus in '89, Push It was new to them. Salt and Pepper's Push It was new to them.
Wow.
So '89 was my senior year. Yeah. Push It came out my sophomore year.
Wow.
Like the end of my sophomore year. So that tells you how long they were when my senior year came, they were like really hard partying to Push It. When up here we were done with Push It and moved on to the next thing.
Yeah.
But they were still partying hard to Push It.
That's crazy.
So then when I got down there and started getting into radio, started working at the station, started working with the DJs down there, started working with the crew that I worked with and started doing parties and everything like that, it was advantageous to me to come home almost at least once a month, get a stack of records, bring them back, not only for the parties, but for the station. Until the advent of A&Rs realizing that they needed to use college stations to shop new music. And that especially using the down south college circuit to shop new hip hop music. Because that's where all your black students, your black young students were. That's where all your black young audience was. Down south. They were all going to HBCUs. So a lot of those A&Rs from Bad Boy, Uptown, and all those labels that were just
down there
starting
heavy too.
Were coming to our school, giving us records, giving us stuff. All those artists. I had a copy of DMX's first single, Born Loser. Ooh. He sounded nothing like the DMX everybody is used to.
Wow.
That's what's up.
If you go on, you can go on YouTube right now and look up Born Loser by DMX. He sounds nothing like the DMX on Get At Me Dog.
I checked it out.
Totally different. It sounds like two totally different people. Because he was first produced by Heavy D. What? Heavy D actually discovered DMX. Okay, yep. Diddly diddly dick. But then Born Loser didn't do too well. He changed his style up, got with Rough Riders, came out with the Get At Me Dog, came out with the rougher style, and we all know where that led to. With Bad Boy.
Yeah, because
I just learned something today.
I didn't know that either.
Yeah, I just
with
learned
Bad
something.
Boy, Puff knew where to go with his music. He went to Howard University.
Yeah.
He knew where the audience was. He hustled Howard University. Mm-hmm. We used to travel from our school in North Carolina to Howard University to go to the parties Puffy was throwing. Because he was promoting parties that hard.
Yeah.
As a college student. You know what I mean? Who knew this kid, skinny little kid, was going to be a billionaire? Yeah. You know what I mean? We'd be drinking his vodka. Yeah. You know, some 20 years later. You know, partying to his music some 20 years later. Mm-hmm. You know, it's nuts. But still, this is the era we grew up in. So it's crazy to see how hip hop has evolved and how then when the whole down south movement happened, where everything went from up here to down there. Mm-hmm. So the mass exodus of all the artists and all the business people moving to Atlanta and moving to the South. Yeah. So then the hub of everything new coming from the South and then moving up north switched the dynamic. Yeah. So now everybody had everything at the same time. With the advent of the internet and technology being what it is, made it easier for everybody to get everything at the same time and made everything more available to everybody. Mm-hmm. So an artist had a better chance of getting known quicker instead of waiting for, all right, I'm big in New York, but nobody's heard of me past Maryland.
So you gotta hit the radio station,
right?
And all that other stuff.
So being in radio for as long as I have, I've learned that it's how can I say it? It's you gotta learn how to shop yourself. But see, like I said, it's a totally different. Like right now it's a totally different dynamic. SoundCloud, Chance the Rapper proved that. Chance the Rapper is the perfect example of
he flipped the whole script on the music business, y'all.
He flipped everything.
Yeah.
And it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
He used social media. He used SoundCloud. Didn't use a major record label. He has no record deal. And he did everything himself.
You see this dude Marlon Craft now out of New York doing that? Marlon Craft now? You see him on it? Yeah. Now this year or two ago you'd see him in ciphers or something. Right. Now all of a sudden.
What they're doing now is the old school stuff that like Master P. Master P did it.
The out the trunk.
Out the trunk. It's called the out the trunk technique. Dudes used to get their stuff, put it together, scrape up the money, press 1,000 tapes, 1,000 records, get it out the trunk, and you catch them going around town. They go to the club. They out the club. Yo, here's my new song. Here's my new record. Here's my new song. And that's how they
big in the South too. Like
that was real because that's how artists had to get themselves out there.
That was really had an outlet, especially down south and everything.
They didn't really have
all the outlets, so they didn't.
Because New York, everything was up top.
That's what I'm saying. Like artists could go to all right, I live in Brooklyn. Let me take the train out and go to like the radio station down in Manhattan.
Yeah, they was running down the club. They was running down the Hot 97 and what I mean.
That's what I'm saying. Down south, they go to the strip club now. They playing trap music. That was our. They were like, that's our way going to getting our stuff out.
And that's how they used to down south. That's how they used to get it out. It wasn't a whole lot of spots to go to to get your music
play
out.
My record, bro.
You play my record, bro. Here, play my record, bro. Because my first professional job was before I finished school. was at a small station in a small town. Literally had one light in the middle of town. Was like if you went down the highway too fast, you missed it. You literally missed the town.
That's crazy.
You know what I mean? They played top 40.
Yeah.
It was top 100. It's called the top 100 format. So the only hip hop song we played was LL Cool J's "I Need Love" because at the time that was the only hip hop song that was in or had broken the top 100.
Yeah.
Damn.
I think that's one of my first cassettes. Can't live without my radio. Right.
See, so at the time, and that was 1994. That was 94. So that was the only hip hop record that would be allowed to be played in that that type of format. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. Now, you put that same format at the station, a top 100 format station. Yeah. You're playing all kinds of hip hop now because, that's what most music is. Yeah, that's what most of the top 100 is.
A lot of it is
hip hop or hip hop influence.
Yeah.
So, it's the dynamic of hip hop. Hip hop itself has changed every genre of music across the board. It's influenced everything.
Quick too. I mean, you said 94. It's 2017. 6 months. It's going to be 2018. The progression, how fast it went, is crazy.
Yeah.
That shit's wild.
Yeah. And then you were talking to jump to the reason I guess you brought me and Ahmad up here. Besides calling us old.
That's a big part of this.
That's what I'm talking about.
Definitely highlight that.
I'm out over there.
Legendary, historic.
Was ancient. You brought up a point about
Sanskrit.
Playing music at gigs or doing gigs and stuff like that.
Yeah, man. Like, have you turned anything down? But I know the. Just working in the clubs alone, I know the DJ finesse, because I've actually had people come up to me with requests, and it's certain stuff you would never be able to find. Like why would you ask me? Do I have X, Y, and Z? Like damn well you're the only one that listens to that.
Last show that we did.
You already know I don't have that shit.
Well, I can only speak for myself.
Yeah,
and I can speak for myself, and from my point of view, and it's only because of how I've been trained as being someone who works in radio. My mindset is, as a radio disc jockey, I have to be prepared to play any type of music and fit into any type of genre at any moment. Because if my entire career was radio, every day, all day, radio is so fickle. I could work at a hip hop station on Monday. My station I work at could be hip hop on Monday. It could be bought Monday night. I could be told Tuesday morning, we're converting the station. The station was bought Monday night. The station format is getting changed. You can either stay with the format change or you could leave. The format change is going to be country. So you either stay and keep getting paid, or you can switch. You can leave. Now, if I want to stay and get paid, I gotta be able to switch up my whole thing and get ready to be able to play country music.
Damn.
Now I gotta sit there, learn country music, and be able to get comfortable with the country music format to stay and get paid.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So now I have to get comfortable, learn some country music, so I can play that country music and do a flow and do a show on Wednesday when they change the format. So when we go from your best hip hop station in the world, it's 89.9 ABCD, to it's your best country music station in the world, it's 92.3 WKT. And you got to be able to do that.
Somebody pick him
up.
So
when I started saying that I was going to hire myself out to do parties, to do events, to do gigs, I said I was going to have as varied a library of music. And with technology being what it is today, I can do that. Now, back in the day when I had to keep buying records, keep buying CDs, yes, I limited my library to hip-hop and R&B. Because to get hip hop, R&B, country, old school rock, Frank Sinatra, the top 40s, the classical music. That's a lot of money.
Yeah.
That's a lot of money to buy CDs and the compilation CDs. And even working at a radio station where I have access to record pools and compilation CDs where I can send out orders for that, is still a lot to even have. You know, going from carrying crates of records to books of CDs. Now, with joining a record pool and being at the station, which gives me access to a lot more of the MP3s, it's easier. I can go get a whole bunch of stuff, download, it's point click.
I remember a post you put up like last week or something, like you ain't a real DJ if you're not in the record pool or something like that.
What I posted was, if you're going to be a real DJ, join a record pool. Don't download all your music from YouTube.
Yeah.
And the meaning behind that is some of the stuff that you play, some of the stuff that you play, or some of the stuff that you get a request for at some of these parties, especially if you're doing a Sweet 16 party, if you're doing some of these parties for these young kids, some of the stuff is not going to be in a record pool. Some of the stuff, some of the record pools just don't have. Some of that Running Man Challenge crap, and some of that disc challenge crap, Steal Your Man chat, and the funky Foot 4 challenge, and I slapped your baby mama last week challenge. You can't get that. The record pool ain't gonna have that. You gotta get that.
On that beat. Yeah.
Actually, my record pool has that.
Really?
They have that.
Oh, shit.
You know, I got a couple mixes of that. But some of it, like when you need it, like when it comes out on Tuesday, is the biggest thing, and the record pool don't have it. But you can get the mix of it on YouTube.
Yeah.
Sometimes you gotta get that downloader and do what you gotta do.
Yeah.
But don't let YouTube be your only source of freaking music. I know some guys who call themselves DJs because they got a laptop and they bought a $50 controller and they call themselves a DJ. But everything they play is from freaking YouTube because you can tell the quality, and they left the video tag on the end. You can hear YouTube Blue. Watch my video.
Some other DJ tag.
Yeah. Oh, that.
I think like two of those in my library though. But
this is me. This is Omega. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you know.
DJ
Ahmad. Yeah.
No. That's not Ahmad. That's Omega.
And that's another form of disrespect. We can have a whole nother talk about.
Oh yeah,
that's why I was trying to snatch somebody else's tag off a song.
That's what I was like. I was trying to keep from,
because that's a whole nother
the DJ conversation. That was a whole nother.
That's a whole.
And I knew what it was already.
Yeah,
so.
I remember this was when I was doing like the training thing with these two, and he was telling the same story. He was like, "Yeah, man, you got yourself a laptop and a controller." I was like, "Yeah, I got a laptop and a controller."
Oh, that's why you was
He talked about.
But see, no,
he was secretly talking about you. He's like, "What's up, bitch?"
What's up, bitch? You don't know what the fuck you doing.
It's nuts.
I'm like, let me get my shit go, damn it.
But see, don't ever feel bad about doing it the way you're doing it.
Yeah.
But because you're willing to come, you were willing to come here.
Yeah.
And when he had the turntables out and the vibe with the Serato and everything, you're willing to come here and learn that way.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Because I felt like I did it backwards, like because I came in the game.
But see, that's the technology. Yeah. That's technology today. Technology makes it so easy for a guy to get a laptop, a hard drive, and a controller, and do it that way. You know what I mean? Use the infamous sync button.
Oh,
I can sync the beats with the sync button.
I've too digital.
I kind of do stuff like, the sync button is cool. I'm like,
sync button is garbage. The sync button is.
If I'm at a party,
I'm gonna say this right now. The sync button is the devil.
Whatever works.
If you use the sync button.
Whatever
I don't think I've ever done a part.
If we had a Funk Flex bomb right now, it would have been good.
When I first got it. Now. But
I mean, whatever works.
You know.
I actually wanted to ask. So, like, what drives you to continue DJing in the era of
mumble rap?
Technology.
Yeah.
You know what? Because I should have worn my I love hip hop shirt. I love hip hop. No, I actually have a shirt that says I love hip hop. It has a big old paragraph on it, and I can't remember it by heart, but I love hip hop. I will always love hip hop.
Here and there, and
I will always love hip hop, no matter what. Even in the era of mumble rapping and all that, it's hip hop for today's youth. That's what they like. We liked what we liked. Like we liked what we liked. Y'all like what y'all like. Now they like what they like. They like the mumble. They like the Lil Yachty. They like the Lil Uzi Verts. They like the who else? They like Migos.
They like. Can't forget about Thugger.
Young Thug.
Whoever that
there was
is.
a couple tracks that Young Thug put out. I was like, all right, that was pretty cool.
Right, and it's some of it that's
good.
cool.
Like,
some of it's cool. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna lie. Some of it is still good.
And the lyrical hip hop's still out there. We touched on that earlier. The mainstream pushes the we call
the
mumble rap.
Stuff, the stuff that makes the money is the stuff that's going to get pushed.
Yep.
Exactly.
Right.
The stuff that
if
makes
we
the
start
money
investing
is the
in the other stuff, but that's the next down the
So, you know, I'm not going to sit here and take up all the talk time because you did bring another guest. You know what I mean?
Mr.
But I am going to do something. Can I see that real quick? Yeah, I need one of them off the table.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do this because
do your thing.
See, I'm gonna promote the Jersey Fresh Jam on Saturday, August 12th, from noon to dusk down at the TerraCycle on New York Ave, 121 New York Ave in Trenton.
Yes.
See, this is a radio dude coming out in me.
Yeah,
I'm going to promote an event. I'm sorry, it's DJs and MC, live graffiti. If you're really into hip hop, this is a hip hop event. This is the hip hop event, one of the biggest hip hop events in Jersey. This is one of the premier hip hop events. All right.
I was literally, I was just about to say that. Yeah. Like, it's one of those things where if you're at the Jersey Fresh for TerraCycle at TerraCycle, you pretty much you made it. You're a big deal.
Man,
there's some people that's
I feel humbled to be a part of it, man.
Some people
hold on, no, hold
not on the card this year.
Hold on, Rocky. I'm gonna say this. Now you talk about me being humble. Look, I'm just gonna say this.
Okay.
I'm DJing one set. I'm DJing one set.
Okay.
One set. The guy in the chair over there.
Three times. Oh yeah.
3 times. Not only is he just DJing. He's not even listed as a DJ. He's listed as a performer.
As an artist, yeah.
You know, because the album, the Omegatron, is out. It's on SoundCloud, CD Baby.
Gonna be on iTunes, CD Baby, all that.
All right. He's listed as a performer. He's performing with his partner Seth Trino Williams. It is a Mankind Complex.
Shout out to Trino.
Also, he's DJing for his boy Ray Strife.
Ray Strife.
How you get 3 times? But you talking about me?
Oh yeah, we definitely working.
You see what I'm saying?
Definitely working.
Dude.
It's all about working, man.
So we give you hell because you working like hell.
About the clown. I knew it was coming.
I knew I'm gonna get up out the chair and I'm gonna let Ahmad sit in the chair. I'm gonna clown you.
I knew.
You should have known it was coming. You should have known it was coming. You should have known it was coming because I don't get to clown.
And I was trying to like not say shit about it too. I was trying to not say
told Rock Master Ace was coming to Trent. Oh God. Rock in his infinite wisdom,
right,
said, "Master Ace, ain't that one of the dudes from Wu-Tang?"
Yeah.
Oh man.
I'm not even that bad. I'm not even that bad.
Word.
That was bad.
Hold on. Bruh.
I was like, what you think of Master Killer?
I was.
No, bro.
Like, yo, man.
If y'all can see Ahmad's face right now,
I was like,
I wish there was a camera on Ahmad's face right now. His eyes are what the
man. It's tough.
I would put my camera
on
Ahmad's face right now.
I'm a host. I'm not a DJ, man. So
but you claim hip hop.
I killed me on the first episode.
Bro.
Rocky's house just caught fire.
Word.
Yeah. I'm gonna get up the
house
chair.
caught on fire. And
yo, give it up for DJ Say What, man.
I'm gonna move the microphone out.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Get the fuck out.
I guess if I clown the host, I get it.
You left with a bang right now. He was like, I'm just clowning before I get off your show.
Just get the hell
Get out my house.
Get out my house.
Credibility.
We in Rocky's house now.
My man, friend.
And put the cup in the sink too.
All right now, man.
We cup in the sink.
Yeah, put your cup in the sink too. Man.
Yo, right now, man, we got coming up, man. You don't want to see up Politis.
Oh yeah, stop being humble too.
Politis right now. We got the legend out here. We got Mr. DJ Ahmad.
There we go.
Another legend over there. And before we keep going, definitely thank y'all for pulling up, man.
Yeah, this means a lot, man.
Yeah, definitely. Took time out of your busy schedules.
I put my cup in the sink.
What's today? What's today? Thursday. I know one of y'all had a Thirsty Thursday somewhere. I know somebody had a gig somewhere. So
hold on. I got a show on 101.1 The Fam. Digital radio every Friday. It's called Flashback Fridays. It's 101.1thefam.com. Every Friday from 4 to 5 p.m. All throwback classic hip hop and R&B.
Nice.
What? Oh yeah, and the mob, you too. Definitely, you too. Tell let the people know where you at and where you gonna be and all that.
Let me see.
You were working backwards with you.
Man,
what's going on today?
Do the most
previous show.
Do the present stuff, and we'll regress back to your childhood in a minute.
We gonna what's the movie? Benjamin Button his story.
No. It's cool. Tomorrow, let me see. Tomorrow is Friday. It's the third Friday, so I'm at Trenton Social from 5 to 8 or 5 to 9. Right. Every first Friday, I'm also at Trenton Social. Depending, I think in September, I'll actually be at Trenton Social and at Grounds for Sculpture, like I was this past July.
I missed that one, man. I missed the previous one. Yeah, I wanted to go there.
It was dope. Like it's a huge space.
I love it there.
What's that gig about? The one coming at Grounds for Sculpture?
They have a First Friday event. Just
okay.
Just kind of like a chill out and hang out. If you've never been to Grounds for Sculpture, you get to experience the grounds after hours for free. Cool. You can, I think it's like a $20 for like a pass, and you get like tickets, and you get drink tickets, food tickets, and you can eat food from the restaurant that's on Grounds for Sculpture.
From Rats, yeah.
Nice.
And,
sounds good to me.
Yeah, and that Trenton Social every first Friday is the unveiling of a new art show, and I've been the resident DJ for that event for 5 years, 5 or 6 years.
Damn.
Nice.
There is nothing like from a nightlife perspective, there's nothing like a weekly or a residency or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, knowing that check is coming in and that my phone bill will be getting paid without a batting an eye, like, oh yeah, that gig's coming up, cool.
That's the thing.
That's right. The thing about it is,
you want me to spin for a second?
And like it's crazy. The thing about that is like, the two of you, like, being, based on how long y'all been doing this, there's never been a time where anything has went to your head.
No, like in my eyes, I'm still like I'm fan first. Like that's pretty much the way. Like just from a music standpoint, like hip hop, whether it's soul music or whatever it is that I may be interested in, fan first.
I feel you.
It's the stuff that I get to play. That the fact that I get to play stuff that I like. And I get to actually be behind the turntables, more or less dictating what other people get to listen to. And at the end of the night, I got to play what I wanted.
Yo, this I gotta tell you the story. Like this involves Trino. Trino went to one of his sets and everything. Mm-hmm. This dude literally called me. It was like, yo, I was like, what's up, man? I was like, what's up? He was like, Ahmad's a fucking asshole, yo. I was like, what did he do? Like, what happened? He was like, bro, this dude played the original song of the sample that's on the hip hop track, and the way he blended that shit together was just completely nuts. You need to come here now. I was like, oh yeah. I went over there, and then we were just sitting there. We were just sitting there grabbing drinks and just acting nonchalant and everything. But we was really looking at him, but we didn't want to really look at him and be like, who the fuck are these?
Oh, Google, just being
a Google guy and shit. We were like, when he did it, we were like,
that comes from the experience.
I was like, how did you do that?
The time, the work put in of actually being a DJ,
it's a lot that goes into it. Even with doing that, making the transitions, technology does make it a lot easier.
Yeah.
But a lot of what I do, I started 2 turntables and a mixer.
And the way that I like to.
That sounds like an album or something.
Turntables and a mic. One MC on the set. Catalog.
But like, yeah, one of the things, like, I always want to make sure, like, what if my laptop just doesn't work anymore, and I have to go back to using vinyl. If I do scratches on an album, I want to make sure that what I use for that whatever scratch sample I use, I have that available.
I got shout you out for the scratches for me and Ray's song.
Oh,
grandkids.
Grandkids,
yeah.
So wait, so when you DJ, you bring all of your stuff just in case.
No. It's the thought process I go into, like, just it kind of like forethought.
It's like just in case.
Yeah, just in case. Like, what if one day I woke up and my laptop doesn't work and I don't have any money to get another one? I don't have a back. Like, my backup dies as well as my primary, and I have a gig that same day. Like, could I do this with the crates that I have at the house? It's a thought like that. But at the same time,
it's kind of like what you was telling me. What you and DJ Say What was telling me the other day. It was like, when you go in to do a set or do something, always prepare that something's going to go wrong.
Yeah, because it will. Like,
and that's one of the things that we learned about.
When I was in New York, I seen it. I seen it happen. I seen it happen in New York. The freaking Serato on, I can't remember which DJ it was. The Serato literally, like, crashed or what have you.
Didn't do it.
And I'm like, from restarting like once or twice, I'm like, damn.
Well, and that's hard.
I wasn't necessarily working that night, but I got on the mic and was keeping time, and it's just one of those things. I've seen it happen twice actually, and there was another host in a different at a different venue who had to keep time during the DJ transition, because literally you working with the mixer or the controller or what have you, and then like 2 laptops. The DJ come in, you see him getting ready and shit, like laptop open, Serato, everything is up. All right, Rocky, get ready for the transition. Yeah, talk your shit. And they hook the cape, you know what I'm saying? And they switch it out, and you know what I mean. Yeah. So I've seen it done, and I've been a part of it. So
that's what pushes
headache,
you.
Man.
That pushes you into being an amateur versus being the professional about it. Just that comes.
Separate the boys from the men.
Yeah.
And how much it shows with how much work you've put into time. You said that.
Say what said like always prepared.
Always prepared for the worst. And that's the thing, because like especially after the previous show, I've learned a lot. It was a great show, but I learned a lot of mistakes.
From your mistakes.
From mistakes and everything. I learned from that. So now going into the next one,
I learned a lot of mistakes.
I learned the mistakes that
I know what not to do.
We got them down now.
Yeah, we got them down now. So I know going into that shit, man.
Shits if I want
yeah, man. When I go into it, I hope I make another mistake. Man. The next show, all the speakers fuck up.
Straight fucking up.
The Serato crashes on me. What? The whole night. Just don't work.
The energy was crazy. Especially like the energy was crazy during that show. Like,
it was dope.
The thing about it is it came together. It all pretty much came together. The more time went on.
I talked to DJ Say What that night. I was like, "Yo, bro, what's happening?" He was like,
It's a
part
of the game, man.
I told him, I was like, "Yo, I quit, bro."
What is your usual, like, your standard setup? Like, you got a show tomorrow. Like, what's your usual?
2 turntables, a mixer, laptop, and that's it. I bring a microphone. I rarely use it.
That's all of your. Yeah, that's all of your. That's your setup.
Yeah,
like
it's your baby.
That's why I was asking. Like, do you bring? You sound prepared to me.
Yeah, no, there's I'm like, more or less, I'm always on my Boy Scout shit. Prepare for what? Yeah, that's
always prepared for the worst.
Kind of like, just because you have the technology, you still want to know. In case.
I still bring everything. Like, the pocket knife is there, but at the same time, I still got like a Bowie knife.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
I keep a katana like in the trunk. I'm always ready. Like, if there's a sword fight going on, oh, word, you brought a gun? I disarmed you.
Disarmed.
It happened. But I'm
It's all in the preparation.
I say prepare because things have gone wrong, or it may not even have been my event. I may have been around and just saw someone else's like whole set just go shit, or like their laptop died, or their turntables were one of their needles broken. I'm like, I'm just gonna bring like 3 or 4 of them now. Things just happen, and you just take note of it and you keep pushing forward. You also go back to your notes, like that. Hindsight's 20/20, and it doesn't necessarily have to be your mistake that you're looking back at. Things work out.
The preparation.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Going back to Say What touched on it. Actually, he didn't touch on it. He did like a whole segment on it. The Graffiti Jam, the Jersey Fresh Graffiti Jam, is coming up. That's another event that I am a part of. One of the coordinators for the event, and I every year sit down like I'm doing right now, figure out schedules for time. I'm starting.
What time are we going?
Don't worry about it.
Damn it! Tell me, damn it!
No, I think right now I have you guys on. Maybe I'm gonna say it's like 3:30.
3:30.
That's prime time, man.
Okay.
Because all of the performances, I use quotations, but air quotes, but all the performances, MC performances is why I did that. Start at 3:00, but the event itself starts at 12, and the DJs are starting off because instead of having like dead air or just someone on the mic going, "Hey, y'all stick around, for 3 hours while all the MCs get ready," we have the DJs on.
Yeah.
From 12 to 3,
Makes
and
sense.
a few scattered in between. Actually, not a few, 2 in between the MCs, and I'm one of them, leading into Sure Shot, which goes into Master Ace's set.
Nice.
But yeah, I think you are on at 3:30.
3:30.
If not 3:30, it's 3:45. I don't know why I just went into the totally wrong app.
Mankind Complex is gonna be at 3:30 at the Jersey Fresh.
Well,
Yeah,
it's
be there.
Mankind Complex.
Yep.
And Ray Strife.
Yeah.
And Ray Strife.
And El Omega. And El Omega.
And El Omega.
No,
let me stop.
I almost forgot to mention.
I have you guys listed as Cap City, just to it's the crew collective.
Makes sense.
I'm just happy to be
3:45.
I forgot to mention just lastly before we close out, we definitely the people listening and watching, they definitely need to know where to find you.
You can find me Facebook. It's just Ahmad. You can find me on Instagram. It's just Ahmad. You can find me on Twitter at It's Just Ahmad. I do not tweet. I think it is redundant.
Yep.
Let me see. You can find me on YouTube. It's just Ahmad or Ahmad Shakir, but yeah, I'm DJ. It's just Ahmad. ITSJUSTAHMAD on just about every platform out there. So that's where you can find me. Oh, also there is a Kickstarter for the Jersey Fresh Graffiti Jam, where we're trying to build the event to a bigger scale. Like, there is no reason why it should just be a one-day event. It has all of the potential and the steam behind it to be a full-fledged festival. So we're doing campaign funds, raising campaign funds, giving away a few different prizes. It starts off with like sticker packs. You get T-shirts. You get a downloadable mix from myself. You get your name, I think, on one of the walls. You get a mural at your house, like depending on what you contribute
dope,
to.
man.
So, if you a baller, then you be showing up in the club, and you dropping bills, support people. So save some of that, and just slide it to us. Don't complain about you can't find an event or a venue or anything to go to in Trenton. I'm sure the Kendrick show last night was sold out. No hate on him, love the dude. But people would rather go to Philly than to invest that same money into an arena that we have in Trenton, Sunbank Arena.
Yeah,
and we could have Kendrick in Trenton.
Oh yeah,
they would rather spend the gas money and hop a train or Uber out of town.
As much as I just want to add real quick to that, because I know we're wrapping up, but that thought right there is so vital, I think, to what we're doing right now, is to where we're people, we don't realize the power we have together collectively, where we could build our own franchises and our own corporations with music. We're so tuned into what that mainstream and not to knock the talent, but just to add on to that point, to where if you want to do it, like what we're doing here is doing it. Showing up is half the battle. Being here.
Nah, that's real.
I've been seeing it recently.
So support your friends. Support DJ Ahmad, DJ Say What, Ill Omega, Cap City, DKFG, our podcast.
Definitely.
Looking to give, receive, give back. To recycle the love and the art. But so that's it.
Oh yeah, where can we find you, man? I mean,
you can find me walking around town like a bum sometimes.
Yes.
Say what over there?
Yeah, right. But you can find me on most social media platforms. Facebook, you can find me DJ Say What with 2 A's. There are 2 of us. There's one guy that's in Germany. That's not me. Okay. DJ Say What on Facebook. On Instagram, DJ Say What. And on Twitter, DJ Say What. I also don't tweet. I think it's redundant, but I still have a Twitter page just because I like to find out what that giant orange Cheeto is saying, because it's funny and he's stupid. So all my social media handles, DJ Say What, DJ_Say_What with 2 A's.
right.
What's up?
And just like him, with there being another DJ with the same name. It's just Ahmad, and there is a DJ, Ahmed or Ahmad out there.
Well, he don't count.
Yeah, it's just Ahmad. ITSJUSTAHMAD. All.
I'm the black guy.
Trust me, I have to say that.
Yeah.
Nah, that's real.
I remember because he said you had to Google him, and
not
then
the one from
his name
Deutschland.
or your name comes up first, and then his or something.
No, his name comes up first because he actually had to get Say What official.
Oh, okay.
Oh, really?
Okay.
Yeah, his is Say What, and then he had put in parentheses official. He's in Germany.
Yeah, I have a Snapchat too, but I don't Snapchat.
You don't Snapchat?
Yeah,
every time.
I started Snapchat.
I stopped
I
snapping.
don't.
I snap briefly.
It's
I don't
get
really
it.
do it as much.
I love it.
Yeah, you do. I always get snaps from you.
love
It aggravates the
See,
shit out of me.
funny people, I like. That's where I like to get the silly stuff.
See, that's what it is now. When
Someone last
Snapchat
night
first started,
Yeah, that's
it was
bugged out. I like
it
that
was
shit.
video sexting
And dick pics.
Yeah, nah. I was like, cool, new social media platform. And then when I found out what was popping on, I was like,
Yeah.
nah. Yeah.
All right, but before we go, man, I think we should give all of our handles.
Jersey Fresh Graffiti Jam.
Jersey
August
Fresh
12th.
Graffiti Jam.
And
Go there.
also, I totally forgot about this. There was a pre-party for the Jersey Fresh Graffiti Jam, which is August 11th, the Friday, the day before. It's going to be at the Trenton Coffee House and Roastery. Come through.
Shout out to Abdul.
Live hip-hop music. And when I say live, I mean there are going to be live instruments.
Yeah.
Wow.
And there are going to be
Nice.
MCs. There is also going to be live painting. One of the painters right now, I still have to talk to the other one, but one is going to be MC Rich Quick, who is also artist Rich Quick.
Shout out to Rich
So
Quick
he's going to
too.
be doing live painting while Screw Tape and Tab are performing. While, what is his name? Benjamin Scott is going to be performing. There are some other artists that are going to be performing right now, but I cannot remember who I booked because I've been so focused on the jam itself, which is really frustrating to have. It's kind of a problem to have a lot going on. So,
Rich Quick, we're supposed to work.
It's a good problem.
But yeah, man, I think we should close up right now. As I said, we should do our handles.
Where you at on the ground, bro?
Yeah.
Right now, I'm trying to get back in New York, start doing the comedy thing again, man. I miss it. It's been.
Where can they find you on the on the ground?
I mean,
You got a Twitter,
Snapchat or whatever.
email.
man, I mean, you can find me on Snap. I don't know if you want to find me on Snapchat. We'll leave that. We'll leave
find you in the
that.
club.
We'll leave that for later.
Adam Wild with that shit.
That might be a little dirty for some
already know.
some PG minds.
You already know. I love the gram. You can find me on Instagram at Rocky the Promoter, on Snapchat at The Rocky Show 12.
Yeah, let me give a few. I am on Instagram as Ill Omega, one word, ILLOMEGA. Check out Cap City Entertainment on SoundCloud. That's soundcloud.com/teamccr. Check us out on Facebook also. Same name, Ill Omega on Snapchat. Follow me there.
Yeah, you can find me on the Twitter and Instagram at Bonafidealien, BONAFIDEALIEN. Also link up with me at the Cap City page too.
Yep.
Also rap and do a lot of weird stuff. So yeah, man.
One more
Find
thing.
us.
August 4th.
Yes, August 4th, McGuinn's Place, 1781 Brunswick Ave. Ill Omega and I are holding down a DJ set. It's going to be old school to new school, old music to present day music, open cypher for MCs who want to come rap, singers, over beats that we're going to be laying down.
Bringing back Murder Mondays.
Man. And it's going to be dope. And then again, September 1st, we will have Trenton's own Casey Slater at
Casey
McGuinn's,
Slater
Ponzo Lay, and J. Dot. Shout out to Bars All Night, We Working Crew, Stax, Leanne, DJ Tim Dog. We recently were able to break through Sonny Allen, who has a new album coming out.
She's dope.
I believe there's a release party coming up for that. That's called Mystery. So check out Sonny Allen's music from Willingboro along with Cherry Pie.
Yep.
And yeah, it's amazing vocal, man.
Sonny Allen's going to be at the jam too.
Yeah, so no doubt. And a lot of stuff going on, so don't forget about.
Got more.
August 5th. I'll be DJing for Will Casso's solo show at Artworks.
Don't stop, man.
And then is that the 5th? No, it's the 6th. I think that's the 6th.
The 6th?
It's that
Saturday.
Yeah,
you gotta let me know.
Saturday?
The Friday I'm at Trenton Social. The Saturday I'm at Artworks. And then that Sunday I'm doing something too, but I can't remember what it is. Because my calendar is like not right in front of me.
Ain't that a bitch?
All right, party people. Definitely, thank y'all for listening. Thank y'all for tuning in. We got, just to, make sure we got Ray Strife on the next episode, and it's gonna be really interesting.
Yeah,
Shout out to Ray Strife. I can't wait for that one. All right. Thank y'all for coming to. Definitely. Thank y'all for coming to Rocky's house. And all right, everybody get out.
Yeah, get out. We strike first, revising the epic. Sparks from the anvil, electromagnetic thunder, shaking the whole world under. Attack from the pirates, thirst for the plunder. Old and the younger, weather-worn lumber. Some sail to satisfy a bloodlust hunger. We see it coming like a chess match. War versus Thor, suicide in a death match. And that's word to Asgard. Know when we strike, nobody does it as hard.